Imagine this. An alien goo latches onto your body, gives you super strength, creates any weapon you want, and makes you basically invincible. Sounds awesome, right? Yeah, that's exactly what Eddie Brock thought before his alien roommate made him eat a guy's brain in a back alley at 3 a.m. Being a symbiote host is like getting a free puppy that also happens to be a cosmic horror from space who will ruin your life. So today, let's break down exactly why being bonded to a symbiote is actually a complete nightmare wrapped in black alien goo.
Alright, quick primer for anyone who doesn't know what a symbiote is. Symbiotes are alien creatures from the planet Clintar. Yes, that's actually the name, I didn't make that up. And they bond with hosts to survive. In exchange, they give you powers. Super strength, wall crawling, shape-shifting, healing factor, the whole package. The most famous symbiote is Venom, who first bonded with Spider-Man before moving on to Eddie Brock and becoming one of the most iconic anti-heroes in comics. But here's the thing Marvel doesn't put in the brochure. This partnership is less of a fair deal and more like signing a demonic contract with really bad fine print. Let me explain.
Reason number 1, you have zero privacy. Forever. The symbiote isn't wearing you like a suit, it's inside you. Your bloodstream, your organs, your brain. It can hear every thought you have, every single one. That embarrassing thing you did in middle school, it knows. That weird, intrusive thought you have sometimes, it heard that. That crush you're trying to keep secret, the symbiote is now very invested in that relationship. Host as human, thinking, wow, that person is really attractive. Symbiote and loud. Yes, they are suitable. We should consume their enemies and present their skulls as a gift. Host as human. I was just going to say hi. End sketch. Imagine having a roommate who can literally read your mind and has opinions about everything. That's your life now. You thought living with your college roommate was bad? At least they couldn't hear you thinking mean things about their dishes in the sink.
Reason number 2, the hunger. Okay, this one is rough. Symbiotes need certain chemicals to survive, specifically phenylethylamine, which is found in 2 main sources, chocolate and human brains. Now, in the movies, they play this for laughs. Haha, Venom wants tater tots and bad guys' heads. Very funny, very quirky. But imagine actually feeling that hunger. An alien creature bonded to your nervous system, pumping cravings directly into your brain. Not like, I could go for a snack hungry. We're talking every fiber of your being needs this hungry. And if you don't feed it, the symbiote gets cranky. And when I say cranky, I mean it might start influencing your behavior, making you more aggressive, more violent, pushing you toward alternative food sources. You know how much chocolate you'd have to eat to keep a symbiote satisfied? Eddie Brock's grocery bill alone would bankrupt most people. We're talking industrial quantities. And, heaven forbid, you're lactose intolerant.
Reason number 3, you are not the one driving this car. This is the big one, folks. When you bond with a symbiote, you are not in charge. You are in a constant negotiation with an alien entity about what your body does. And sometimes the symbiote just takes over. You go to sleep as a regular person and wake up 3 days later covered in someone else's blood with no memory of what happened. You lose time, you black out, you find yourself in places you don't remember going to, having done things you don't remember doing. And the symbiote? It's not sorry, because from its perspective, it was handling things. You're welcome.
We protected us. That man was going to look at us funny. He had to go.
This is especially bad with more aggressive symbiotes like Carnage, where the host, Cletus Cassidy, was already a serial killer. But even good symbiotes like Venom have taken Eddie Brock for a joyride against his will multiple times. You know what that is? That's not a partnership. That's possession with extra steps. And here's the really scary part. The longer you're bonded, the more the lines blur between your thoughts and its thoughts. You start to wonder, do I want to do this violent thing? Or is that the symbiote? Am I still me? Existential identity crisis sponsored by Alien Goo.
Reason number 4, your body is not built for this. Symbiotes are parasites. I know they rebranded to symbiotes for PR purposes, but let's be real, they're taking from you to survive. They drain your adrenaline, they stress your immune system, they put your organs through the superhero equivalent of running ultramarathons daily. Long-term hosts often experience exhaustion, accelerated aging, organ damage, and in some cases, death. But hey, you can make arm swords, so worth it? There's a reason most symbiote hosts don't live long, fulfilling lives. Either an enemy gets them, or the symbiote burns them out from the inside. And if you think the healing factor helps, it does, until you separate from the symbiote and all those wounds it was holding together just aren't held together anymore. Reason number 5, congratulations, you now have a target on your back the size of Texas. The moment you bond with a symbiote, here's your new enemy list. Other symbiotes who want to kill your symbiote, other symbiote hosts who want to kill you, government agencies who want to capture and study you, S.H.I.E.L.D., the Avengers who assume you're a threat, Spider-Man who has trauma about this, and honestly, the general public because you look terrifying. You can't walk down the street, you can't go to work, you can't visit your family because now your family might become leverage. Your old life? Gone. Your anonymity? Gone. Your ability to exist peacefully in society? Very, very gone. Eddie Brock has been homeless, jobless, and on the run more times than we can count, and he's considered a successful symbiote host. Reason number 6, kryptonite, but make it embarrassing. Symbiotes have 2 main weaknesses, fire and sonic frequencies, which means your alien supersuit that makes you feel invincible can be defeated by a loud concert, a fire alarm, a really aggressive car horn, someone with a flamethrower lighter, a microwave with bad shielding, church bells. Do you know how many sounds exist in the world? A lot of sounds. Imagine getting in a fight with someone and they just pull out a megaphone. That's it, you're done. You're on the ground, screaming while your alien partner has a seizure. Oh, you think you're scary? Let me just imitates pulling out phone, playing a high-pitched tone, and there you are, melted, embarrassed, defeated by an iPhone app. Reason number 7, symbiote family drama. So here's something fun. Symbiotes reproduce, and they do it without asking permission. Venom spawned Carnage. Carnage spawned Toxin. There's also Scream, Riot, Phage, Lasher, Agony. It's a whole family tree of murder aliens. And guess what? In symbiote culture, parent symbiotes usually hate their offspring, and offspring usually try to kill their parents. So if your symbiote has a baby, congratulations! You now have a powerful enemy who shares your DNA and specifically wants to murder you as a family tradition. Carnage alone, just one of Venom's offspring, has killed thousands of people and considers Daddy Venom his eternal nemesis. You didn't ask for this. You didn't want symbiote babies, but now you're part of the most dysfunctional family in the universe, and Thanksgiving is a literal battlefield.
Reason number 8, breaking up is hard to do. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Breaking the bond with a symbiote is one of the most traumatic things a host can experience. Physically, the separation is agonizing. The symbiote has integrated with your nervous system. Pulling it off is like ripping out part of yourself. But the psychological damage? That's worse. Hosts report feeling empty, incomplete, like part of their soul is missing. They experience depression, withdrawal symptoms, and an overwhelming urge to rebond. Because here's the twisted part. The symbiote made you feel powerful, complete, like you mattered. And now, that's gone. Some hosts spend years trying to get their symbiote back. Others never recover. It's an addiction, a toxic relationship that literally changes your brain chemistry. And if the symbiote dies while bonded to you, many hosts don't survive the psychic backlash. Break up with them? Trauma. Stay with them? Trauma. Symbiote dies? You might die. There's no winning here. So, let's recap what you're signing up for when a symbiote picks you. No privacy, constant hunger for brains or industrial quantities of chocolate, loss of bodily autonomy, physical deterioration,
everyone wants you dead, crippling weaknesses to common things, psychotic alien stepchildren trying to kill you, and a bond so toxic that leaving might be worse than staying. Yeah, being a symbiote host sucks. But you know what? Eddie Brock is still doing it. Flash Thompson did it heroically for years. Even some villains seem to think it's worth it. Maybe there's something to be said for finding your other half, even if your other half is a man-eating alien parasite from space who refers to you collectively as we. Or maybe some people just have really bad judgment. Either way, if a puddle of black goo ever offers you incredible power at the cost of your sanity, your safety, and your ability to enjoy loud concerts, maybe just say no. Wink at the camera. This has been Why It Sucks, and I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you want more content about why your favorite superpowers are actually terrible.